Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be talking about the new reports that there is a woman from Poland claiming to be Madeleine McCann. Most of you know Madeleine disappeared in 2007 when she was on a vacation with her family in Portugal. She was 3 years old at the time, and we went over that Madeleine McCann case in one of our earlier episodes and talked about some possible theories that people believe may have happened to her, and there are some very strong opinions about this case. I would say that the two biggest theories out there is that allegedly German pedophile Christian Bruckner abducted and killed Madeleine, or there are many that strongly believe Madeleine's parents had something to do with her disappearance. But just a few days ago, news came out that a woman from Poland is now claiming to be Madeleine McCann, and people are dying to know if this is true, and if in fact Madeleine has been alive this whole time. So let's get into this story. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm probably going to be doing most of the talking again. Ashley's voice is still not fully back.
Yeah, sorry guys, I still sound terrible, so I'm going to do my best here. Just bear with me.
So who is this woman currently blowing up on social media claiming to be Madeleine McCann? Her name is Julia Wendell, and Julia is an aspiring model and musician from Poland. Now, why does she think she could be Madeleine? There's a couple reasons that she gives. This woman has been through some trauma in her life, and she claims that when she was little, she was abused by a man. And this trauma obviously has really affected her, and apparently her memories of when she was really young are blocked out, and she can't remember much. And we know that with trauma, that can happen. It can block out things that your brain doesn't want you to remember to keep you from the pain. And that being said, she says that her earliest memory that she does have is being somewhere where there's a beach and light-colored buildings, which would be just like the spot that the McCann family was actually visiting in Portugal. We've seen some of the pictures, and we know that the resort was light-colored buildings, and that is where Madeleine disappeared. And she says when she asks her parents about her childhood, they just avoid talking about it, they avoid the topic, and she's obviously always found that odd. And another odd thing that she found was every time she asks for her birth certificate, her family just refuses to give it to her. Which obviously is super weird, because why wouldn't a parent give their questioning child their birth certificate?
Right. Just makes it more suspicious.
Yeah, super odd. She also said once when she asked a teacher about school, her teacher told her that she didn't always attend the primary school that she was at. So all of this has her questioning who she really is. And now the question is, how is this connected in any way to Madeleine? And this is where it gets really, really weird. From what I understand, Julia claims her grandmother is married to a guy named Paul Ney, and she seems to believe he's the father of Martin Ney, and Martin is someone who has been questioned over Madeleine's disappearance in the past. And she also said that the man who abused her when she was young was a man named Peter Ney.
Although it's not really clear if Peter Ney and Martin Ney are related.
Right. We have no idea there. But anyway, that's all really strange similarities. And after looking into things a little bit more, Julia found that she also had some striking similarities to Madeleine, which only added to her suspicion and that she could be the missing girl. First and foremost, Julia is 21 years old, whereas we know Madeleine would be 19 now. But Julia claims that her age could be wrong since she's never actually seen a birth certificate. As for their appearance similarities, Julia says that she has the same exact spot in her eye that Madeleine had, and she also has a similar beauty mark on her cheek.
Yeah, and the spot in her eye that's something that's pretty rare. So that's pretty crazy that she has the exact same mark in the exact same eye.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people with that. And that was definitely something that was like something people looked for when they were first looking for Madeleine.
Right. And I think she put out a few photographs of herself as a child, and she compared those photographs to little Madeleine. Mm-hmm. And I'll admit there's definitely similarities there. They do look alike. So now, after claiming all of this, her family is coming out saying it's not true, and they are devastated about all this. They say that Julia is not Madeleine, and they have reportedly begged her to stop making these claims. In a statement, her family actually said that Julia has been on her own for years now, and they've offered her help, but she doesn't want to take it. And they said Julia constantly refuses treatment and won't take her medications regularly. So apparently this is a woman who seems like she's had some issues in her life.
Yeah, and on the contrary, I read somewhere that apparently Julia claims that her mother pulled her out of therapy when she started asking questions about Madeleine McCann and like their connection. Okay. But yeah, we obviously don't know like what's right and what happened or if they are connected in any way, but it definitely seems like she has been struggling.
Yeah. So her family pretty much is insinuating that, she's not in her right mind. And they also made a statement saying that Julia has always wanted to be famous and she's always wanted to be like a celebrity. So they're pretty much saying that she's doing this for the fame.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what they insinuated.
Yeah. And a lot of people also think that she probably is doing this for the fame. I mean, this happens a lot where people will claim to be someone they're not, just to get more followers on Instagram or TikTok, whatever.
Right. And we do know she took it right to social media. So obviously, that could be what she's trying to do.
Yes.
But also, the really weird thing about this is her family has refused DNA to prove that they're genetically related. So we know that the Poland police have actually asked them to provide DNA, and they just completely refuse. And Julia's mother says that she can prove she's actually her mother with photos and a birth certificate.
But then they won't give her the birth certificate.
I know, and I find this so weird because it's like, okay, now this story has blown up. Now it's like people know, it's on the news, it's being talked about. So why wouldn't you just want to take the easy way out and clear your name? Like, why wouldn't you just do the test? Like, prove it. You know what I mean?
I agree. I don't understand why they won't just turn over the birth certificate and take the DNA test just to, say, okay, look, this isn't true. We're really her parents. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But even though her family's refusing a DNA test, the McCann family, I read, did agree to do a DNA test.
Yeah, and I'm so eager to find out the results. So this story came out a few days ago, and it got a lot of people talking and wondering if this could be true. Could this woman really be Madeleine McCann? Well, there are now new reports coming out saying that Polish police have since ruled out Julia's claims that she is Madeleine. Although they haven't really said how they came to that conclusion, they've just plainly said that they ruled it out. And they're apparently still investigating the claims, so I guess we'll just have to kind of wait and see where this goes. But I am wondering, I'm eager to know how they ruled it out so quickly and how they feel so strongly about the fact that she is not Madeleine. It's very weird. So what do you guys think? Do you think that there's a chance that this woman could be Madeleine, or do you think that this is someone just looking for attention on the internet? Our opinion, we don't think that it's her. Maybe this woman truly does believe that she could be her. I mean, she has, a sufficient claim. She's got all these things that point her in that direction, but we just personally don't think that she is. But like I said,
maybe in her mind, she truly does believe that she could be her, and she's not who her family says she is.
No, for sure. And I mean, her claims are valid. I would be suspicious of my identity, not getting a birth certificate and them not taking a DNA test. I would be suspicious. It's very, very weird. But that's just our opinion. Everybody's able to form their own. But I'm also suspicious about how this woman kind of went about addressing this situation. She went straight to social media. Why not call the police or, report it somewhere?
Maybe she did. I mean, it's not very clear. Maybe she first tried to reach out to the family, couldn't get through to them, so she took it to social media. Who knows? But, I mean, it is suspicious in the way that she went about it. And like you said, I really don't think that this is her.
Yeah, no, me neither. But whatever the outcome is, I do hope that one day we can all know the truth of what really happened to Madeleine and the family can really get justice. But that's all that we have for you guys today. Ashley and I will be back next week and we'll have another episode for you. But until then, as always, stay safe and have a great weekend.